Now we move on to Europe. The UK Defence Minister John Healey is set to visit Cyprus following a series of drone attacks in RAF Akrotiri, which has raised concerns about safety on the island. Cypriot officials have criticised the UK's response, particularly regarding communication with residents. After the attack, RAF Akrotiri was hit over the weekend, causing minimal damage, while additional drones targeting the base were intercepted. In response, the UK is deploying warship HMS Dragon to strengthen air defence in the region, with military measures being ramped up. Now we welcome back Dr. Emmanuel. UK's Defence Minister John Healey is set to visit Cyprus following a series of drone attacks on RAF Akrotiri, which has raised concerns about safety on the island. Cypriot officials have criticised the UK's response. Now we welcome back Dr. Emmanuel Navon. He's joining us live from Tel Aviv. Thank you very much, Dr. Navon, for joining us again. Now, looking at this news, do you think that, how do you analyze the capacity or capability of Iran as Iranian drones have reached Cyprus?
Well, the Iranian regime of the Islamic Republic has been developing those missiles for years in order to attack its neighbors and to reach even Europe, which is now reaching with Cyprus, which is, as we know, a member of the European Union. But as we're talking, both the Israeli and US Air Forces are depleting the Iranian arsenal. And I believe that within days, the missile arsenal of the Islamic Republic will be mostly destroyed. That is one of the objectives of the war, as described yesterday by the spokesperson of the White House, of President Trump. She said very clearly that destroying to the ground the missile capability of Iran is one of the key objectives of the war, and I believe that this objective will be reached very soon.
And do you think that, some of these Iran's missiles have hit targets and some of it hasn't damaged around the GCC region, and even attacking Turkey and attacking Cyprus? Do you think these countries were underestimating or undervaluing Iran's capacity or capability?
Well, I think they were mostly but Israel was correct. As we see today, Iran is targeting Europe, it is targeting Azerbaijan, it is targeting Turkey, it is targeting everyone. So those countries, as I said, were not only underestimating Iran's capabilities, but also its intentions.
Right. And now moving on to the future, how do you think, in case we see regime change in Iran, and Iran's new regime decides to end, let's say it's a democracy, and Iran's new democratic regime decides to build relations with these countries, how do you think these countries will reciprocate or react?
Well, it's too early to know which type of regime will take over in case of a collapse of the Islamic Republic. But what we know is that before the revolution of 1979, under the Pahlavi monarchy, there were very good relations between Israel and Iran. Israel and Iran, under the pre-1979 Islamic Republic, were regional allies, or partners at least. And there's no war between Israel and the Iranian people per se. The conflict is with the regime of the Islamic Republic. No regime can be worse than the current one. It's too early to know which part of the opposition will be able to install a temporary government that will lead to true and free elections. It's too early to know. But what is for sure is that only the United States and Israel have the ability and the will to free the Iranian people from its murderous and oppressive theocracy.
Thank you very much, Dr. Emmanuel Navon, for joining us today and sharing that insight throughout our news.